Before winter. Before famine. Before the earth ever knew how to die. There was a goddess who kept the world alive through the strength of her love. Her name was Demeter. She was the goddess of the harvest, the bringer of grain, the mother of green life itself. Long before her name was whispered in temples, Demeter walked the world alone. Powerful, yes, but hollow. She could make the earth flourish, but her heart remained empty. Until the day she gave birth to a daughter. And not just any daughter, Persephone, child of Demeter and Zeus. She was beauty, youth, and curiosity made flesh. Wherever she stepped, flowers bloomed. Her laughter could stir the winds. And to Demeter, Persephone was everything. Together, they made the world bloom. Endless spring. Eternal harvest. A paradise without end. But in the unseen depths of the earth, someone else had been watching. Hades, lord of the underworld, ruled the dead in silence. Unlike his stormy brothers, he was calm, patient, and lonely. He saw in Persephone not only beauty but strength. Hades, already in love with Persephone, wanted to make her his wife, so he decided to tell his brother, Zeus, about her. However, Zeus knew that Demeter would object. She would not want to be separated from her beloved daughter, who would be taken to the underworld as the bride of Hades. The two gods therefore decided to concoct a mischievous plan of their own in order to trap Persephone for good. They waited for one of the rare moments when Persephone and her mother were not together. One day, Persephone was playing with the sea nymphs when she saw a narcissus flower in the distance, one more beautiful than anything she'd ever seen before. This flower was a trap though, one that was planted by Gaia, who was ordered by Zeus to do so. As Persephone picked the narcissus flowers, the earth suddenly trembled. A great crack tore through the soil, and from it surged Hades in his black chariot, drawn by immortal horses. He seized her before she could scream, and the ground sealed behind them. Upon hearing this troubling news, Demeter, Persephone's mother, rushed down to see what had unfolded with her very own eyes. She asked the nymphs what had happened and who was to blame for the loss of her daughter, but no one could answer. So, she cursed the nymphs into losing their beauty and becoming horrifying creatures of the deep. These creatures will soon be known as the Sirens. Demeter began searching the world over for her missing daughter. She wandered from place to place looking for information, neglecting her duties to make grain grow as she did. That is when she actually came across Hecate, the deity of magic, witchcraft, spirits, and crossroads. Hecate saw her as a broken woman who had aged tenfold within these past couple of days as she worried herself to an early grave over the loss of her daughter. Feeling pity for her, Hecate ended up telling Demeter to search for Helios, the sun god, as he sees everything above ground, and he could tell her what had become of her daughter. When Demeter learned that Hades had taken her daughter, she knew that Zeus was involved as well. Distraught, she appealed to Zeus for help. Zeus rebuffed her, and in her rage, she caused cold winds to blow and all the plants to wither and die. All creatures on Earth experienced winter for the first time. Frustrated by the climatic chaos, Zeus sent Hermes, the swift-footed messenger, down into the underworld to bring Persephone back. Down in the realm of shadows, Persephone was different. At first, she cried. She raged. But Hades treated her not as prey, but as partner. He gave her a throne, a voice, a crown. And slowly, she began to understand the weight of death, the need for order. She was not broken, she was becoming. But she missed the sun. Her mother. The wild fields of her youth. When Hermes arrived, he found not a captive, but a goddess in the making. Still, Persephone was ready to return. Hades agreed, although he really loved Persephone, and couldn't bear the thought of never seeing her again. So before she left, he offered her a gift. 6 pomegranate seeds. She ate them. And that changed everything. In the ancient laws of the gods, eating the food of the underworld was a ritual of acceptance. It meant you were of that world now. Those 6 seeds weren't just fruit. They were binding threads of magic, spun by the fates themselves. So Persephone could not return entirely. She now belonged to both realms. A compromise was struck. For 6 months of the year, the months she had not eaten, Persephone would return to her mother. The world would bloom again in her presence. But for the other 6, she would reign as queen of the underworld beside Hades. When she rose, Demeter's joy would awaken spring and summer. When she descended, Demeter's grief would bring autumn and winter. The Greeks also believed the story represented the cycle of life and death. New growth came from beneath the ground from seemingly dead seeds, linking the land of the dead and the return of life in the spring.